Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Rom-Com Love podcast. I'm so excited and honored to have Ryan Robbins joining me tonight. I'm so excited to chat with you, Ryan. Thank you for hanging out with me.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. Well, it is a thrill to meet you and have you on the podcast. I just finished watching season 1 of Little House. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely obsessed. My boyfriend and I watched it together, and we intentionally did not binge it because we wanted it to last longer.
Oh, that's so nice. I love that.
We're so sad that season 1 is over already, but I'm just so excited to jump into that with you tonight and just talk about the show and your characters. So, will you?
You know what? I don't think my mother. I didn't know my mother even knew the term binge, and she binged it. And I don't think she's never done that before. And then she called me and she was crying because it was over. And I was like, because my wee ma, I grew up. We would watch reruns together because I was raised sort of single mother raised. So it was the one show that she would allow us to watch with her. So we would watch the original Little House on the Prairie. So when I got the job, she was obviously the first call I made. So she's been waiting with much anticipation, and yeah, she was very touched by the show and cried that it was over. And I said, well, it's gonna be going again, I think. So you're all right.
Yes. Yes, that's so sweet. I'm actually going through and watching the original series now myself.
Oh
So,
wow.
yeah, yeah, and of course it's a little special to me, being in Minnesota and Walnut Grove, and so it has a bit of a special place in my heart. I grew up reading the books. So, what about you? Did you also grow up reading the books? You said you watched some episodes. Were you a huge fan?
I was a big fan. I did, admittedly, I did not grow up reading the books. I read them later.
Mm.
Um, but I did watch the show. I was pretty obsessed with it as a kid. I thought Michael Landon was the coolest, and I loved the John Edwards character, and which was played just so fabulously by my good friend Warren Christie. I think he knocked it out of the park. Is a fun, complicated role to play. He's got quite the art, and there's just something about that. That simple life where you only can rely on yourself and the people around you, and it seemed fascinating to me, and it started me on a quite an interesting sort of outdoorsy journey, actually. So
Mm.
yeah, it's kind of fun to get back. It was fun to go and explore it, to be like, holy, we're doing this, wow.
Yeah, when I first heard that Netflix was bringing the show, I was thrilled, and I hoped it would be amazing, and it was. So, how did you find out about the role? What was the audition process like?
Well, I got the call just for the audition, and I thought, wait, what? And I knew of Rebecca Sonenshine from her time on The Boys. So my first thought was, wait, are they going to do like a dark, like a really dark, violent Little House on the Prairie? What is that? Because and I know now that obviously Rebecca got that a lot. Um, but then I did my first audition, and then I had another audition, and we had a Zoom chat. So um, I met Rebecca, and we chatted, and I was just, oh, okay. I see what we're doing. This is great. This is amazing. I am raised by a single mom, and I have two daughters. I only have daughters. I'm a girl dad, a very proud girl dad. And one thing that really drew me to it was that we were focusing on the show to be more true to the books in a lot of ways. The books were more heavily focused on the women and the plights of the women, and how involved the women were in the frontier. And I loved that. When of course we get there, and directors were women, and showrunner, and so many department heads, and it was such a wonderful, beautiful experience. uh, and then on top of that, to have the idea to lean into the Osage people, and you know, discover that story to tell. Um, and one thing that the show did, and I think did very, very well, is the authenticity was important to everybody. Like from the wardrobe fittings, the wardrobe department. I mean, they had to make most things from scratch. Even when you were, you'd put your costumes on and you'd go to take a photo like you normally would do. They had a backdrop and a set and stuff just to get that feel. And I had I was trying to get into the character, so I made a frontier knife out of a railroad spike. I make knives as a hobby. I'm not great at it, but I always want to make a railroad spike. So I made this frontier knife just to see, what it would feel like. And uh, I brought it to the fitting, and anyway, it's on my leg every scene I'm in. That knife I carry with me. The knife I
Oh,
made is Russell Kine's knife now.
wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
incredible. I'll have to go
Yeah.
back and look for it. And gosh, I just told you I binged it. Does Russell did he get to use it? Maybe I missed that.
No, never. No, no. It's not a weapons really show, but it was more back then. Yeah, the knife was more of a tool. It was like a utility tool. And so I thought I just made it just to make it, and I just thought I'd bring it just in case anybody cared. I was quite touched that it made it as part of my wardrobe. And then they made a period correct sheet for it, and yeah, I carried on my hip. Well, and I have it here. It's like displayed in my home.
Oh, amazing. I was going to say, did you get to keep it? That's
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I did. And actually, the funny thing is, after I did Little House, I did this little show called Hope Valley, 1884 for Hallmark,
yes.
and the knife makes an appearance in that show as well.
Oh, okay, amazing, Ryan, because I definitely want to jump into 1874 a little bit
We'll
too, but
get there.
we will get there. Yes, I'll have to go back and watch for the knife, but well, in Little House, what an incredible cast, yourself included. I mean, what was it like to just all work together? Just all of you, just, I mean, amazing, amazing people. What was a cast like that like?
Well, it was pretty incredible because a lot of us had met for the first time.
Mhm.
Going in, the only actor I knew was Warren Christie,
Mhm.
who
Mhm.
played John Edwards, and Warren and I have been friends for years, years and years, and we've worked together quite a few times over the years. And it was nice to have that anchor friend. And then my very first day when I was walking into the hotel to check in, I met Michael Hawk, who plays Eli James,
Mhm.
and we were best pals within 30 seconds.
Mhm.
And I love him to bits. Everybody loves Mick. He's the best. Mick is the best. And you can't have a bad day around Mick. He's this early brash Irishman from County Offaly in the middle of Ireland, and he's just a lovely, lovely, hilarious human. Um, and so the friendships kicked off immediately,
Mhm.
and everybody connected on a very real level. And we were in Winnipeg, Manitoba, up in Canada, and you're filming in the middle of nowhere. You
Mhm.
see, we're just this giant field. They built this entire town from scratch, which was incredible.
Yes.
Period. Correct. You'd be filming one scene, and you look, and there's a set designer, an artist with the tiniest paintbrush,
Oh,
distressing the paint around the windows
oh,
because we were shooting chronologically, so the
mhm.
town was aging. And that dedication to um, detail, the
Yes.
attention to detail was, I can't even explain to you how
Mhm.
particular and amazing it was. And I talked to the guy. I was like, "Whoa, this is very specific." He's like, "It's got to look right. It's got to look right."
Yeah.
And you see it, you see it on screen. It looks incredible. It's such an incredible show. It's one of the most beautiful shows I think I've ever seen.
Oh, I completely agree. You watch it and I was surprised it wasn't a real town. I mean, just
Yeah.
with the streets and just even the signs on the buildings and none of it looked fake. It was just
Oh,
so incredible.
I'm telling you, when you first arrive, like I've got like goosebumps just thinking about the first time I arrived there. It does. If it is a real town, it feels like a real town. All those buildings, they're practical buildings. They inside and out. Like we were filmed. We weren't like showing the outside of the town and then filming the inside elsewhere. Like those were all practical. All those things because they wanted to look out the windows and see the town and see the other all the other. It was incredible. It was amazing, and in spite of like the crazy insane prairie weather we got and all of the hurdles, and everybody just put their heads down and we went through the trenches and got it done, and in such it was such a it's such a cliche thing to say, but the team effort was really palpable.
Mhm.
Everybody had a common goal to just we had a feeling that we were a part of something that could be really really special,
Mhm.
and you could feel that you know
Yes. Yeah.
but we were also, I think, acutely aware of the fact that we could really mess this up, and nobody wants to be the ones who mess up Little House on the Prairie.
Mm.
So like, no one wants to be that one actor that everyone's like, yeah, Little House was great, except when that Ryan Robbins guy, I don't know what he was doing there.
Oh, well, you did not mess up. Quite the opposite, actually. And it's true. I did it feel like you were living a real life kind of Little House on the Prairie. I mean, just with the town, and I mean, like you said, all working together. Was that did that
Yeah,
feel like, well, I'm acting and I'm playing, but this also kind of feels like real life?
it was really easy
Yeah.
to settle into the character. It was really easy to settle into the scenes for that
Yeah.
reason. As soon as you plant your feet in the town, and my character Russell, he had spurs, and
Yes.
for the first few episodes they were real spurs, so when I would walk I would hear the spurs, and it
Mhm.
informed the cadence of my walk and informed the way I walked. And then later sound was like, we got to be over those spurs, so they changed them out for rubber spurs because they were too noisy. But I was like, oh, I'm wearing spurs. um but it's just everything from the boots to the even just going to the wardrobe fitting and selecting your hat, just and Mitchell Travers being such an incredible costume designer. It was so important that your hat felt right for you, for
Yeah.
the men and the women. And I remember I looked at the row of hats and I was like, that's that. And he's like, okay, we'll try it on and then we'll try the rest on. I was like, okay. And inevitably we both looked at it and we're like, yeah, no, that's the one. That's that. And it just, and then he's like, what do you think? And he put this big giant feather in there. I was like, oh yeah, that's good. That's good. And then he did this thing. I don't think anybody, no one will know because no one had seen it. But he
Mhm.
put a little tiny glass vial on the end of a necklace, and he
Oh,
put a lock of hair in it,
oh
and
wow.
then put it in my shirt. So you'll
Oh
never see it. But
wow.
he and I created a backstory for it.
Mm.
So I had something to connect to. And
Mm.
that's a huge, huge thing for a costume designer to do that. It's really incredibly, incredibly thoughtful as an actor.
Right.
It's a thing that nobody sees. No one saw it. I was the only one that knew. Just he and I knew.
Mhm.
Um, but every day they come and put it on me, and it just
Mm.
settles in, and I know what that story is,
Mm.
and it just kind of locked it in for me. And to be a part of a creative team that cares that much, oh
Mhm.
God, what a blessing that is.
Mhm. Oh my goodness, I can only imagine. And was that kind of a sweet secret just between the two of you? Did other cast members know the backstory of Russell as well?
Just
Okay,
us.
that's
And
amazing.
Rebecca, obviously, and Rebecca, we're Rebecca Sunshine, and
Yeah,
um, because her and I had talked about
yeah.
backstory, and why is it that Russell and Lacey are the only people that have pistols? Why are Russell and Lacey the only people that have spurs?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? What's going on there? And realizing that those two are kind of two sides of the same coin, and um, in it's just it's all those things that as an audience you don't you never see, but it informs us as actors and makes it really fun to play because you've got all these you know bits of behavior to pull from. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going on some diatribe about acting stuff, but yeah.
No, that's amazing. I'm sure having that backstory, it's a connection to the character. It's not just you saying lines, just empty
Mhm.
lines. It's going out and feeling like a real person and feeling I know what this person has gone through and now I get to go out and do it and show the world.
That's right. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask when you filmed season one? Was this last summer?
Last spring,
Okay.
actually, or like late winter, early spring.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because is that right? Oh my gosh, it's just all such a blur. Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, I think late winter, early spring.
Yeah.
Because we would have been April, May, June. I'd
Mhm.
say,
Mhm. Yeah.
and
And you
then
were oh,
it
go ahead.
could have. I think it could have. Oh man, am I? Oh, sorry. I might be. Might be mixing things up because
That's
I
okay.
just know it took quite a while to release because of the Netflix worldwide launch.
Mm. Yeah.
There's a lot of boxes to tick, I think, and a lot of you got to get a lot of ducks in a row for that worldwide launch, which was so incredible that they did that too. By the way, like I don't know when the last time was a series was launched on every Netflix platform in every country in
Wow.
the world on
Wow.
the same day.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was. I'd never heard of that. Maybe it's happened before, but I'd never heard of it personally.
Mhm.
So it
Wow.
was like, and the anticipation and the buildup and the hype, and
Mhm.
you're like, it's a double-edged sword. You're like, oh, this could be really great, or this is like, oh god, there's so much hype. Like, did it? Did we do it? Did we pull it off? And then, sure
Oh.
enough, as soon as the show got released, you're just like, whoa, oh my gosh, the reaction to the show has been incredible.
Mhm.
It's changing lives.
Oh my goodness, yes. I myself was very much looking forward to it. I have a chat with a group of friends and we had heard about it and we were kind of counting down because a bunch of us we were huge fans of 1874 and but
Oh,
that
it's great.
we're waiting for season 2 and so we were like, man, what's the next one to come out? Little House on the Prairie, so excited. So when July 9th, that's when it hit, we just were immediate, watchers. Just
Well, I can tell you, we filmed Little House before we filmed 1874.
did you? Okay.
Before we filmed Hope Valley, and then
Okay.
Hope Valley came out earlier, came out first.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
that's the timeline. Yeah,
Okay.
I
Oh
had
my
a crazy. Yeah, I had just come back from South Africa,
oh my
and I was filming in South Africa for 3 months, and I came back, and then I went to Winnipeg. Like
okay.
I think I might have even auditioned from Cape Town, from South Africa.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness. Oh wow. So
yeah.
sounds like back to back.
Mhm.
Yes. And you were
Yeah,
speaking a little bit about the elements during filming Little House. So what was that weather? Was it, just glitches on set?
yeah.
What kind of went
Just weather, mostly weather. The weather was weather was insane. I mean, and
oh,
unpredictable because you're in
mhm,
the prairies. You can't. It's you don't like the weather. Just wait 5 minutes. It's going to change, and then with Manitoba, you got the black flies and the
right.
things, and of course we had so many animals, horses and pigs, and the whole thing, and
Mhm.
uh, so there was a lot, but that felt appropriate. It felt yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we're on the frontier. Like
Mhm.
it's not. it wasn't easy for them. Like, let's
Mm-hmm.
we'll figure it out. And when we did, and it just makes it look so much cooler. It just looks great. And then you get the scenes that are just so stunning. Like, this horrible situation where the girls go missing,
Mm-hmm.
but then you're just like, whoa, this is so beautiful. Right, we have to look for the girls.
Right, right. That's right. Focus.
We're this gorgeous, stunning river, and in
Yeah.
this amazing area in the wilderness. You're like, whoa, this is so cool. Right, the girls, find the girls,
Yes.
stay on target.
Yes. Yes. There's one scene I'm just remembering. It's when Charles, he wakes up early in the morning and he goes outside. I think it might have been the fever dream when he's dreaming, but it's the sunrise, but you can see mosquitoes or flies just swarming
Yeah,
his head. But I actually really loved it because, like you said, it was so realistic.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so,
yeah, yeah. We were getting a lot of extra protein with the bugs flowing in.
oh, I bet. Oh my goodness.
But listen, anytime I get to be on a horse riding through a prairie, me just sign me up. Whatever it is, that's just like the
Oh,
best.
oh my goodness. Do you have a favorite scene, a favorite episode of yours from season one?
Um, for me, I mean, I have favorite scenes for other people that I loved watching. Like, well, like I'll say, okay, for me, I quite like the scene with the kids in the shop. Just
Yeah.
like how awkward Russell is, like with with the girl, like the young girl, and
Yeah.
because he's on. I don't think he's great with the ladies, as is seen with his interactions with Lacey, for example. He's so flustered, and then this girl who's like becoming a young woman
Mhm.
who's just got so much confidence, and I don't know I don't know how to handle confident women. Like he felt like that. And I love that scene where he can kind of bully the little boy, but
Mhm.
no, she was not going to be intimidated by him. And that
Yeah.
scene was great. But there was a scene I loved with, it was I remember what it was, but it's John Edwards talking about Lacey, talking about Rebecca's character,
Mhm.
and how like, oh, you guys, it could be something, that could be a thing. And he just goes, but she wears pants.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh yeah, oh, that would be a thing back then. Like we're just like so used to it now. We're like, oh yeah, she's wearing pants.
Right.
And I just love it. And his like Warren's just like, but she wears pants. I don't know. I thought I love that. When I read it in the script, I was like, God, I hope this stays. It's so perfect, and it says so much about him. It says
Mhm.
so much about the time. It says so much about the era.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, she's
Yeah.
this amazing, powerful, badass
Mhm.
woman,
Yeah.
but she wears pants. So
Right. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It was refreshing to I see her character for that time period for sure.
yeah,
And I love how you talk about your friendship with Warren. I've been a fan of him for quite some time. The very first movie I saw him in was a Hallmark Christmas movie back in probably 2008. Hilarious. It's a fun, fantastic movie. But I followed him in his career. And so to see him land this role, it he just turned into Mr. Edwards. And
yeah.
so I mean, I'm sure you guys, I mean, did you have so much fun working together on set?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. Warren's just he's just first of all, he's like kind of a unique guy. Like he's not really affected by any of it. Like
Mhm.
he's one of the most chill people you'll ever meet. Like he's just, which I think is why his version of John Edwards is such a cool watch. It's just he's so interesting.
Mhm.
Because that's kind of Warren, really. He's not a man of a lot of words until he is, but that's only because he has something to say.
Yeah.
I have huge love and respect for him, and he was. anytime he had a break, he was off to see his family. He's going to see his kids, and because he's such a great family man. And we go back to our careers started around the same time, so we were doing shows a million years ago, and then
Yeah.
we did this movie together called Apollo 18, which is this crazy like horror movie set on the moon. It's really good. It's on Netflix. It's actually a really good film. It's just a three-hander. It's me and Warren Christie and Lloyd Owen.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, it was such a tough shoot. And you're in these enclosed capsules together, and you're doing it so intense. The show is so intense and dramatic that we really, I think, that kind of we bonded on a different level there because you almost end up laughing psychotically through the pain and situations like that. Even though it was really fun, it was a great show. It was kind of grueling, especially for him. Um, and then yeah, we've just been fortunate enough to work together a
Mhm.
bunch, and I was really happy to see him uh, on the show just because I got an anchor. I've got somebody I know here, somebody I trust. I wish we had had more scenes together. They seem to allude to the fact that we had history. When I say, he when I accuse him of stealing horses and saying, he did just like he did back in Tennessee, it's
Mhm.
like, oh, that was such a carrot to dangle. What does that mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if we'll ever find out. Maybe
Mhm.
like
Right.
why does Russell know what John Edwards did in Tennessee? Like it was just but if you watch the show, there are all kinds of little pieces of bait that get
Mhm.
planted. Of like,
Mhm.
wait, what? How would they know these things? And I love that. I love that because you hope that that will be explored one day.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. I would love to know that. I'm a fan of backstories and history and diving deeper into characters. So fingers crossed.
Same. I'm a big comic book fan, so I love a good origin story.
Mm, absolutely. Did you have a favorite place that you filmed? I mean, whether it was outside or somewhere on set?
Um, I, I mean, honestly, that river
Mm,
was it was just stunning, and there
yeah.
was a smell there that was
Mm,
amazing, and
yeah.
yeah, there were a lot of bugs. I mean, I live in a small town in the mountains, and we have I'll go sit at a river on most days or a lake, and I just love water. I grew up on an island, and I love
Mm,
being near the water. And you're in a prairie province in Canada, and it's like, oh, water. It's just like water for me. It's just such a grounding place. It's just like it's so calming to me. It's so I loved I loved that set was really really cool. And
yeah.
when Luke comes down as Charles, and his horse is so tall, like Luke's horse was really tall,
Yeah.
like several hands high, and then to see Luke come down on it, I was like, you son of a yeah, that's I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Alex. Very cool. Because we have a moment where he kind of rides up to me and we have a little exchange, and I was like,
Mm.
damn, that was a good looking horse. That's a good look you got there. And then same with like Warren, like the first time you see Russell Kind and John Edwards is, with the piano, and
Yeah.
there's just John Edwards with this like Clint Eastwood silhouette in the window. I
Yes.
thought I was like,
Yes.
you bugger. Ah, that's you just now you won. Everybody wants to know who that guy is. And he
Oh,
is he is
yes.
that just that line of like he kind of berates us a little bit, just standing in there with that sexy cowboy Clint Eastwood silhouette. And I was like, oh, you know what you're doing. I know you know what you're doing.
Yes. That
But with me and Warren, it'd be like between takes, it'd be like, you practice that in the mirror? Were you looking? Were you practicing? He doesn't. He doesn't need to because he's just that cool.
Mm. I immediately thought of Lord of the Rings, and Fellowship
Yeah.
with with Aragorn. You know, just when
Yeah,
the
when you first meet Aragorn,
yes,
Strider. Yeah.
yes. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that those reveals where you're like, oh, I know who this guy's gonna be.
Mhm, mhm.
And same with it's same with when you meet the Lacey character, you're like, oh, I know who she's gonna be. And
Mhm.
for me, it's like I have this career where I don't know if I coined this phrase. I've been using it a lot lately, but I play a lot of I call them accountability antagonists,
Mm,
where I'm there to remind the audience and the hero that the hero is also not perfect,
mm,
that the hero is also flawed. That's what my characters tend to do.
mm,
They're that kind of antagonist to be like, hey man, you're not you're not perfect either. None
right.
of us here are.
Right.
And I play those roles a lot. And I love that. I love playing characters like that
Mhm.
because it's the truth, right? Like
Yes.
it kind of pulls you back, be like, right,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
heroes are flawed too, you know?
Mhm. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's playing that humble card and just, hey, kind of leveling everyone out.
Yeah.
What would you say is your favorite thing or something that you enjoyed or loved the most about playing Russell?
Um, I love the his wardrobe was great, but
Yeah.
I he I just I thought he just was unlike anybody else
Yeah.
on the show.
Mhm.
And I'm not sure what Russell Kind would have looked like
Mm.
in the original series,
Yeah.
to be allowed to be that honest
Mm.
and that passionate and that angry.
Mhm.
Russell Kind is one of the more passionate characters on the show.
Yes.
Um, and this matters to him so
Mm.
much.
Yeah.
We don't know why. I know why, but as an audience, you don't know why. You're like, geez, this matters. Why does this matter so much to this guy? Like, he punches Eli James. Little House on the Prairie, I punch a guy. Are you kidding me? That's pretty
Mhm.
cool. I'm talking about like going to battle with the Osage.
Yes.
He's a feisty one, and
Mm. Yeah.
but not. You sort of understand him a little bit. You kind of be like, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
When I read the scripts, I was like, "Oh, this guy's going to be a bit polarizing," but then I was like, actually, we all know Russell Kind. We all know this guy. It's not that he has an ill will or doesn't mean well. He's just been through so much
Mm.
that
Mm.
he, you know, he's just over it. He's over the struggle. He's just
Yeah.
it's time for some relief, something.
Mm.
So when he finds out what happened to the town, it's like it's soul crushing for him.
Mm.
You
Mm.
know, t- you know, uh, and he's another someone who left. The Ingalls leave and people start to leave and Russell leaves. It's just like, man, I gotta start all over. Yeah, are you kidding me? Like, and
Mm.
I thought, and you never meet. Does he have a family? Does he not have it? We don't know. Like he's,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
so and I was obsessed with like his backstory and why is he this and where did he come from?
Mhm.
What was but it was it was a cool experience. It was a very cool experience. I really like Russell Kind a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I did
yeah,
I did
and I went from Little House to Hope Valley,
yeah.
and people were like, oh, you kind of play the same guy, and I was like, not at all. It's the same maybe archetype, but Archie
Mm.
Doyle and Russell Kind, I don't
Mhm.
even know that they'd get along. You know,
I agree. Right.
still the accountability antagonist,
Yes.
but
Mm.
very different approach.
Mhm. Mm.
I think Archie Doyle was a lot cockier than Russell Kind.
Mm. I would agree.
And a lot less angry. There's no anger in his motivation. Archie's determined.
Mm-hmm.
He's just very determined. Yeah.
Yes.
So you like my segue?
Yes, I love great segue, Ryan. I so appreciate that. You are talented, my friend. Well, just to quickly wrap up Little House, for anyone who has not watched season 1 yet, what is maybe one word that just comes to your mind about season 1, or a reason folks should watch the show?
Community. Family is
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah.
Speaking of, those kids, those girls were outstanding.
Amazing.
They were wonderful, and their parents were wonderful, and no wonder the kids are wonderful, because their parents are amazing, and they're just well grounded. And my gosh, what a treat those girls were. And just I got to know some of the parents, and just it was great. But I think we, people say this a lot, but it's they say it a lot because it's true. But this show is something we need right now. It's like this. The world is such an angry place, and it feels hopeless at times. And I want to change my answer.
Sure.
The word I would choose would be hope.
Yes.
That would be the word I would choose, is hope. Hope for a better future.
Yes.
For the remaining years that they have, but for their children and their children's children. The selflessness that like, what a selfless act that would have been. Really, that by the time you get there, you probably have less years ahead of you than you have behind you by the time you get to this place. And now you got to set everything up, but you're really kind of doing it for your children, aren't you?
Yes.
You're building a life for the generation that follows you. And what a selfless, incredible thing that is. And that is the truth of it. And that's what happened. Where we're in this world, in this society right now, and this is so selfish and self-motivated, and it's not, it sucks. It is. We're in a world where, for the first time in all my years, it gets hard to hope sometimes.
Yeah, truly.
With the world we're in.
Yes.
Which is crazy, because it's supposed to get better. I thought by this age, we'd be in it. This life would be incredible. The world would be incredible. So to have a show like this is it does give you hope, doesn't it?
It does. And that's the beautiful story of this town, Independence, is these people, these characters. That's why they're there in hopes of a better future, to start a new life. And
that's right.
The storylines that you all carried, I mean, just incredible. So seriously, Ryan, congratulations to you, just on the role of Russell, and the work that you did, and just the success of the show. It means so much to us as viewers. It touched me in many ways. It made me feel and learn. I learned so much, just history wise, which I so appreciate. So,
I love that. That's great.
Friend, incredible.
That's wonderful. I love hearing that. I'm a big history nerd, so I loved it. I was all the costuming and the props, and I was such a sponge. I was like, wow, this is incredible, down to the buttons.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. After I would watch each episode, I would almost go back and rewatch, because the first time I missed so much, and then the second time I go back and I catch all the little details. And
it's hard for me, because I watch it and I'm like, oh, I remember that. I wasn't there for that. And I was like, oh, yeah, focus. I'm just gonna watch it again. So I've also watched it a couple times, just so I could watch it once to get it out of my system, and then just try to watch it again as a fan.
Yeah. Yes. Amazing. Well, I would love to dive into 1874 for a few minutes. you mentioned him before, your character, Archie Doyle. I loved season one, absolutely loved it. Stunning and incredible stories. And I really did enjoy your character. I did. He's so passionate. I so appreciated, that he was a single dad, just trying to provide a life for him and his daughter. So would you just maybe share a little bit about the role and how you stepped into that world?
So that was my very first foray into Hallmark. All my friends have been doing Hallmark for years, and I don't, for whatever reason, it was just never the right fit for me or for Hallmark or whatever. And then they went into this 1874, and everyone agreed. They're like, "Oh, this is a Ryan Robbins fit for sure," like because that's a genre that I am pretty active in. It's in my wheelhouse. But Archie didn't have a daughter when I got the job. That
Really?
came, yeah, that came later.
Okay.
And when I got the rewrites and I read that, it changed everything for
Mm.
the better. It just, my goodness, it answered so many questions. And all this, Archie's a completely different character now when you give him the daughter. We've
Mhm.
got these strong, powerful, independent women who are single moms.
Mhm.
So what an interesting take to introduce now a single father.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and I love the way, and they reveal it to the audience the way they reveal it to Ben's character.
Yeah.
It's like, ah, man, he got a kid. Oh no, no, I can't. I gotta be nicer now. And but then the trajectory of Archie Doyle is in it directly connects to When Calls the Heart, and
Yes.
we didn't. None of us knew that early
Mm.
on, and so
Mm.
I had a chat. I mean, maybe halfway through the season with Alfonso, and he's like, "So here's the thing." I was like, "Wait, what?
Mhm.
Oh, okay."
Mhm.
And by the end, when it's, remember that thing I said to you at the beginning?
Yeah.
It's happening, and we'll see you later, neighbor. Like, it, it's like the first time you meet him, he's going to buy up this whole town, and then towards the end, he's doing it. You're like,
Mhm.
wait, what? Oh,
Mhm.
who is this guy?
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
I And by the way, young Maria, who plays Vivian, the daughter,
Yes.
my gosh. So yeah, I think people know that she's Bethany Joy Lentz's daughter in real life.
Yeah.
It was her first time on camera,
Oh.
and she was
Oh.
such a pro, and she was incredible, and she was amazing. Of course, I get to know Joy now from a different perspective because um, both of us, being because we're both parents, and
Yeah.
she was always there when
Mm.
Maria was there. Joy was always around, and it was cool. It was really nice to see. So I got two versions of Joy. I
Mm.
got Joy the pro, the actor, whatever, and then I got Joy the mom.
Yeah.
And so I got to connect with her on multiple levels, which was really lovely.
Oh.
Uh, and then the other was obviously with Jill Hennessy, and then
Mhm.
Jill and I, we clicked immediately. Like we're both musicians and former
Yeah.
street buskers, and
Mm.
um, so we were the two. We would always have our guitars with us. We were always jamming and playing, and
Yeah.
we got along so great. And then towards the end of the season, when they start to imply this potential something something with,
Mm.
with Archie, and Hattie. I love that. I love that, and that I thought that was such a wonderful kind of like, again. I
Yeah.
love when a show kind of ends on a what? Wait, what? Well, oh, oh, okay. And then you look back and you can see it coming, but
Yeah.
you didn't realize you would. You have to watch it again. Oh, I see that. I saw it's coming.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
but the fact that he is a girl dad,
Yes.
like me.
Mhm.
um I'm a blue collar kid, and it
Mm.
it it, it made Archie really, really easy to identify with.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really hope we get to explore more of him moving forward, because I think I think he's got a lot of layers, and
Oh,
we're only seeing like layer one right now, and I think he's got a lot of layers.
yes.
So, we'll see. We'll see if we get to explore it or not.
Ye-
I hope we do.
Yes, I hope so too. And oh my goodness, her name is Maria. I'm so sorry. Her real name, who plays your daughter?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If I'm getting that wrong, I'm going to take a lot of. I'm going to be in a lot of trouble.
It's not your fault at all. I should know that myself. Like you said, I agree. I loved when we first see her because she has her dad's back. She just comes
Yeah,
right. That's right, Pa. You better believe it. And I love that you can just tell right away that okay, these two, they have each other and they're protecting each other. And it's not kind of, I mean, would you say it's not like it's kind of the angsty, teenage girl
no,
who doesn't want to be around her dad? Like you can tell, like she is ready to step in front of her dad. And I
they are tight.
love that right away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it, and
Mhm.
she is clearly her father's daughter.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think, should we have the fortune and privilege to move forward, I imagine we're going to explore that more. But
Yeah.
yeah, she's a badass.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, she's great. And
Yeah.
we had this mule with us all the
Oh,
time.
oh,
We always had our mule, and his name is the mule's name was Tucker, because he
oh.
tuckers everybody out, because you're always like having to drag him around. And Tucker and I got on great. We were fine, but like he didn't like anybody else. He was good with us, but like I remember he got squirrely once because poor Grayson in the scene, he fell, but he had all his panning stuff with him, and it was really muddy and wet and slippery. And he fell over, and it made this racket because all his gold panning stuff was like smashing everywhere as he's rolling down this hill. And the mule couldn't see. Mule just freaked out and bolted towards the camera. And I was like, "Whoa, God!" So I grabbed him, and I'm just trying to hold him back. And I'm not like a small dude, and he just getting dragged by
Mhm.
this mule. Like, Tucker, Tucker. Oh my God.
Oh,
Everybody, yeah. Anyway,
I
yeah, it was
I
good.
mean, working with people, I mean, they say, oh goodness, working with people is never easy. I can imagine working with animals. It's it's fun, but
It was, I love, I mean, listen, I love
yeah.
horses and mules and dogs. I love them all. But yeah, then that was another one where like the weather, we fought the weather. The rain was intense. Like when we were
Oh,
in that
yes.
mud was stealing people's boots because it was like calf deep. But
Mhm.
we knew it was going to look so good
Yeah,
again,
yes.
um, and again, very different look, but it
Mhm.
looked. It was really a good look. And you're in that era, so you're not. We were never really. We were hardly ever indoors,
Mhm. Right.
you know. And
Right.
we're shooting in Jamestown, which is the When Calls set, but we're trying to shoot around, like away from the town, in places that you're not going to see the town. And but we're still technically in the same
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
So it was neat, because I have so many friends on When Calls, and
Mm.
realizing that like my character in a way ties into some of their characters, like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fun.
Absolutely. When calls that's my favorite show. It's my number one favorite show. Um, and that was my favorite thing about 1874 is all the just beautiful outdoor shots, just
Yeah.
down by the prospectors. And we got to see so many spots that we'd never seen before visually. And I mean, it just was such a beautiful season. And I love that it felt so real. Like you said, it wasn't glamorous. You guys were in the water, you were in the mud, you were with animals,
Mhm.
it just makes it real, which we as viewers appreciate because we want to see how it really was. We want to learn.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
definitely the elements, and it rained a lot. And I remember my hat. The hat I had kind of like lifted up all the way around,
Mhm.
like so it would just collect water, and if I looked down, it would just pour water.
Mhm.
But God forbid I had to look up for anything, it would just go pour all this pool of water down my back.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah. So I had to figure out which direction to tilt my head when it was full of water. Um, yeah, it was good. And then Brent State playing Prospector Pete, his prospect. Oh my gosh,
Yes.
Brent. I love Brent. I've known Brent for years as well, and Ben Ayers and I have been friends for a million years. So
Oh,
it
yeah.
was fun. That show was fun because I did know I had a shorthand with a lot of people there, and again having it be my first foray into Hallmark,
Mhm.
coming from the type of work I'd been doing, and I do a lot of dark. I play a lot of dark characters,
Mhm.
and Hallmark is almost like theater in a sense because there's a style
Mm.
to a Hallmark performance, which
Yes.
I'd never experienced or explored. So it was really nice to be around people who were like could kind of help me with that.
Yeah.
My first day, Mike Roll was directing, and I've known Mike Roll for forever.
Amazing.
And he's like, listen, man, I know you're like the bad guy, but you know, be so mad. He's like, he, like, he's like, it makes it fun. Does it make sense if I tell you like to have fun being a bad guy? I was like, oh, you just want me to mess with him? He's like, that, yes, mess with him. And Ben and I have always had great banter. So some
Oh,
of the scenes, we're just it's banter, and I'm kind of giving it to him a little bit in the scenes, and testing him a little bit,
yes.
um, which was so fun because again, like when you have that history with somebody and we've worked together in the past, there's an ease and a trust,
Mhm.
an unspoken communication there.
Yes.
So that was pretty cool. And then with some of the other actors I'd never met before, and similar, it just clicks, and you're like, oh, we're in the pocket here. This is great.
Yeah.
Like my scenes with Jill were like that. It was like oh, we're just we're just kind of vibing here. Like we're jamming now. We were just two musicians just jamming in scenes, and we created these moments that everyone was like, okay, all right, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's so fun. She's like one of the funnest humans on the planet.
Oh,
Like
amazing.
everybody on that show is so insanely talented. We'd sit in the green room, and Jill and I would bring guitars. We'd just start playing around, and then everybody starts singing along, and you realize like, are you all amazing singers? Like everybody was incredible. Like and everybody's like these incredible performers. And what is happening? Should we form a band? Like this is crazy.
Wow. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I love hearing kind of on set behind the scenes stories of the cast hanging out and what do you all like to do together just to bond and have fun. And speaking of music, is that something that maybe you'd like to bring to Archie's story in the future of, hey, maybe at night when it's quiet and the stars are out, he and his daughter they play together or sing?
I would love that. I would love that. And I know Alfonso had hinted that he likes to know who the musicians on set are. I mean, I was a musician before I was an actor, so it's kind of how I got into this business. Was a filmmaker, was a fan of my band, and
Mm.
so yeah, that would be amazing. I mean, I've had the fortune of playing music in projects before, and I've had the really good fortune of providing songs for soundtracks and stuff before, which is great, which I still love to do. I do it under a pseudonym, so people don't know it's me, but. Yeah, but to actually like play as a character and because I could write a song for Archie, so it's like I could like
Yeah.
yeah, I would love that. Or even if there's a scene where I don't know, we're in the boarding house and we got a fiddler and there's Hattie and Archie playing guitars and singing songs. I don't know. That would be lovely. I would love that. I would love that very much.
Yes, yes. Just, I mean, a campfire, just jam out. I mean, a campfire
Yeah.
song. Oh my goodness.
But it has to be in character for Archie. He can't let himself be too vulnerable,
Oh, true, true.
except around Vivian. He could, you
Yes,
know,
yes,
yeah.
of
I
course.
also like the idea of like him and Vivian just in their new environment, just jamming it out, singing a little song together.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And I personally just appreciate you as a girl dad and your character Archie. My younger sister and I, our dad is our best friend. So
Oh my
that's
gosh, I love that so much.
so just thank you for just being the parent that you are and just bringing these dad characters to life. It just means so much. I mean, just to us young women. So amazing.
I, well, thank you for saying that. That means a lot because I also I love the fact that they wrote him as a good dad.
Yes.
You know, like he's a
Yeah.
good father. You know, we see de- we get to see a lot of depictions of like kind of not great parents these days, and it's nice. Again, you know, with Little House and with Hope Valley, it's like you just see like, oh, you are good parents, and there are good people, and you know, not everything is awful,
Right.
and not everyone is awful. You know,
Mhm.
it's just, you know, we're kind of just being shown the awful, not shown the good right now, and
Mhm.
it's feels really nice to participate in the showing of the good.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. So in a season 2 of 1874, are you allowed to tease? Can I ask, will you be a part of it back as
I
Archie?
know, I know nothing.
Yeah, that's okay. That's
I don't know. I
okay.
know that there was talk. We had wonderful conversations about where Archie could go, where the
Sure.
trajectory, where they would like the trajectory to go, where Alfonso would like the trajectory to go.
Mhm.
Um, and now we just, you know, wait and see. I think they all got to get through the season of when calls,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then determine um, when we go for season two and what that's going to look like. I am cautiously optimistic. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way.
Yes. Oh, here's hoping. I would love that. So exciting to think about.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I would like to shoot it at a different time of year where we're not freezing cold and soaking wet, but you know that's just how it goes.
That's a fair request. Yes.
But we'll see. We'll see. I also am just happy to be working on the show because it's so fun and they're just so great people.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. We love it. Well, Ryan, just to wrap up a couple more things with you, of course, we are the Rom-Com Love Podcast. So, of course, I have to ask, do you have a favorite romantic comedy?
Yeah, yeah. Someone just asked me this the other day, actually. Um, I I'm just a I watch Love Actually every Christmas.
Yes. Yes. Oh,
I'm just like I don't know what it is about
mhm,
that show. I was really fortunate to do a film with Thomas Sangstrom when he was young, and
mm,
I was like, oh, he's in the thing. I was watched for a little time. And he's turned into this incredibly gifted, talented actor. As of course he did. And then I just watched it because I didn't think I was a rom com guy. And then
mm.
it turns out, then I'm like watching British rom coms get me.
Oh, yeah.
British rom coms really get me. You know,
Yeah.
like Four Weddings or About a Boy or you know, the list of Bridget Jones, like
Yeah.
the list of my rom coms are my favorite rom coms are my gosh, I think they're probably all British, British or Irish, maybe. But yeah,
Those are
yeah,
incredible choices. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Just it's just 'cause they're just so cheeky,
They are. They
you
are.
know.
Yeah.
They've got that. There's that, and I think growing up, you know, coming from a sort of an Irish family, I think it's like I know that sense of humor.
Mm.
Like my mother, my mom, she's so cheeky.
Yeah.
You know, she's like
Amazing.
and witty, and she can eviscerate you with like a cheeky look. You know, like I
Mhm.
know I'm in trouble. She doesn't have to say a word. You know, she's just like she
Uh,
gives me that look. I'm like, oh, I'm a dead man. I got that. But she's so cheeky, and my mom has the best dad jokes. You know, like
oh,
all my dad jokes come from my mother.
yes.
Um, and and I just like that. cheeky sense of humor, and people are self-deprecating. I think North Americans were a little afraid to be self-deprecating.
Mm, right.
It's like it's almost like a weakness for us, but the
Yeah,
Brits are so good at it.
they are. They are.
Like
I agree.
Hugh Grant has what a cool career he has had. For
Yeah.
the longest time, I always thought I wasn't a Hugh Grant fan, and then every time I'd watch him in a movie, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, no, he's amazing. I love him." And he went from this bumbling, self-deprecating character for years, and he did it so well. To now, he's all of a sudden playing these terrifying, grounded, like older gentlemen. He's doing some of his best work ever, and it's not what you would think Hugh Grant would be doing, but he's so freaking good.
Yes.
And it makes you look back at the rom-coms and be like, oh man, you are a good actor, you're a great actor. um,
Yeah.
but yeah, a Hugh Grant rom-com is this, you cannot go wrong.
You can't go wrong. I completely agree. Would you ever have interest in starring in a rom-com yourself?
Absolutely, I would love to. I mean, it will never happen, but I would I would love to. I mean, believe it or not, started in comedy, and I studied at Groundlings, and I love comedy. I look the way I look, and it doesn't really present comedic. I play a lot of bad guys, and I are a lot of like I do a lot of action films, and I play a lot of military first responders and the like. But I have this. I'm very blessed to be a part of this action movie franchise called Sniper that I've been doing for the last 6 7 years.
Yeah.
And it's action, and it's heavy, and it's intense. But my character is also really funny, and he's really witty, and he's a linguist, so he gets to be funny in multiple languages.
Oh,
And I love that. Is so much fun for me.
yeah.
And I get to ad lib and be and improvise, and it's so fun. So yes, a rom com. I 100% bucket list. I would love to do a rom com, and I want to do like a musician. I want to play. I
Oh,
want to do I want to do a project where I play a musician, like a struggling musician or something. But yeah.
yes. Yes, please. Oh, fingers crossed. Here's hoping.
If I got to make it myself, I will.
That's okay. You have our support, my friend.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, Ryan, this was just an absolute delight just getting to talk with you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you will come join us again sometime.
Anytime. I love it. This was great. This was so much fun. You're so much fun. Well, good.
Oh,
But we got to get your pal over next time.
absolutely. Catherine will be here. I'll make sure she won't miss it.
Love it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Brennan. I appreciate you.